pushen, ja? So, Freunde, wir gehen rein! Let's go, ihr Diamanten! Kuss geht raus! So, die Runde haben wir bisher auch nur 5-mal gespielt. Mal schauen, wie sie funktioniert.
Aragon and Eagle getting 2 more picks in between those 2 individuals. Tabson's all alone in the 1 versus 5. Big will at least get the bomb plant bonus.
Ja, hat nicht funktioniert. Schade halt. Witzbold, du geile Sau. Danke dir für dein Follow.
I've got to ask Ted, did he not watch the same
Mit was konntest du dich identifizieren? Low IQ, Low Aim oder Son of...
What's going on? How? you surely can't be on the boat that Big have any chance of winning this series, right?
In fairness, when I start thinking back to that last map up, I haven't got many great things to say about Saw either, because they did go down 10-4, and I do think the comeback was more down to big mistakes than Saw's own positions. Plus, as well, this map up has a lot less playtime on it for Saw, and generally their wins tend to be in the local Iberian scene.
Hat ja immerhin nur eine ganze Runde gedauert, Freunde. Weiter geht's.
At the very least.
He's used his words wisely there. Well, for Saw, the one good result is against Iberian Soul, because I think they've kind of capitalized Tier 2 by a storm. They've been excellent. The last, I would say, 4 or 5 months, they've driven themselves into a mid-pack Tier 2 team into almost becoming a Tier 1.5 team. They've been not only performing online, but also online. So knowing that you've got that one result under your belt does give me a decent indication for Saw. And look, moving forward, you need to start improving your map pool if you are this sort of squad. We know that
die Trash-Talken über beide Teams nonstop. Exactly.
We know they pick a little bit of Inferno, but you need to, if
Genießt
you
es
are
aber,
trying to
Freunde.
get back towards the Tier 1 circuit, improve one of the weaker maps. And I would say that Train is certainly one of them.
Danke, Kahlenberg. Finde ich nämlich auch. Der Meinung bin ich auch.
We talk about Saw improving in the last month, have taken time away from official matches to bolster their position. How much improvement could have been done to a map like Train? How much can they gain here on CT basis? We know that the CT sides have generally tended to be the better halves for most teams involved, but for Saw especially, like 13 1s and 13 2s against Iberian Soul and Impulse, which were very CT based.
Plant ist gut.
They are at least allowing enough breathing room to Big to get these bomb plants in, so pistol plant in the last one and an eco plant in this one means that the buy-up is going to look pretty solid for the first rifle round of this map up. But Saw will take a 2-0 start on CT to really get going here.
And no matter how you judge either one of these two teams, we have to both be on the notion that Saw and Big have been pushed out of Tier 1, but they could be brought back if they have a good run in Thunderpick. If you can win 2 best-of-3s, get towards a LAN final, Saw certainly have shown recently that they perform better on LAN than they do online, and I think Big at stages have shown that as well. One good LAN tournament where you finally kick yourself into gear, I would say would almost survive the teams with the VRS, with Saw being almost outside of the top 30, with Big being almost outside of the top 50. It's not impossible to see either one of these two squads win this game and then go on to the next one and win that as well. Now, is it likely? Probably not. But one, I would say, good tournament here, it just might survive the entire year. It might be such an uptick but for either organization.
Well, let's put it this way. In the event we see a run through towards the top 4, well, at the very least, you'd be looking at $50,000 worth of prize money, which that was enough to get GG How into the conversation in the invite zone within the Tier 2 tournaments in Europe. So, sorry, less money than that. I think it was $30,000 that put them up that high. So, yeah, you would be talking about a significant
Einfach der Sohn von Stefan Raab.
To put them back in that Tier 1 conversation off that benchmark alone. Of course, to make it happen requires to qualify. Only one of these two teams can do that. Those of this match, of course, will be eliminated.
Ja, wir gehen auf jeden Fall jetzt Richtung B. B-Split. Vielleicht gehen wir...
3 and the rifles
Danke.
have done their damage. Crimbo to 9 HP, Aragorn to 30. Molly start coming out towards the back lines of the B bomb site. Agil good to get that kill even when blinded. Crimbo will fall.
Ja, Mamma Mia.
Locking in on Tabson. And Hyped and JDC 2v5, Hyped low. Trying to get the bomb plant in. I think he's going to get denied by Agil. Indeed he is. JDC finally gets that trade together, but it's too late.
Boah, das ist auf jeden Fall
in full control.
And it might be a small sample size, we haven't seen many rounds out here on Train, but if we're focusing, and we're being quite tunnel visioned in this, we're looking at the second half of Nuke, and we're now looking at the start of Train, Does Big not look like a dead team walking? Do they not look like a team at all? This is a very slow start to train in which you're getting pumped. And that's very confident from the Portuguese. And you would expect that if you can keep that sort of mindset going, you might have a really good first half in terms of a scoreline.
We've already discussed that we believe that Big could well be checked out of the series already. But as you say, it is only early doors here. It's a very small sample size of those rounds.
So, Jojo, du bist immer noch da.
There is time.
Kannst du noch einmal was dazu
change
sagen?
your
Was ist so dein
fortunes.
Statement jetzt? Eine Map später.
So should be getting off to that 4-0 start in the half. Only pistols available to the half by
Boah.
max loss bonus.
Junge, Matze
Will be
direkt in den
very
Kakao
nice
gelegt
nade
worden, die
placement
Nate.
as well.
Ooh,
Not so
missed the
great
smoke.
smoke there from Crimbo, and that will harm the potential take. They can put another one down, but they've only got one more left, so it better be a damn good smoke.
Agil trying to play anti-flash and drop off. You've got two defenders out here on B, and the lack of entries from the T side at the moment.
Process will push forward to the smoke, will get picked up by Crazy Agil with one of his own on Tabson.
Kriegt aber nichts down, ey.
Are doing decent damage across several individuals.
Immerhin
Not
noch ein
quite able to get the
bisschen.
kills back. They will drop the AWPer. I don't know if that AWP... I think
Danke,
it just got
Wotan.
recovered
Das
there,
weiß
but
ich zu schätzen.
either way, it's a small little silver lining to these last 4 rounds, which have been very sore confidently based. Max loss bonus in effect now for Big to buy the guns back again. Really like to see them get a good round on the board here.
I mean, kind of mention Big, the identity.
Das Jersey, by the way, sieht wieder sick aus, ne?
Sponsorships, everything like that.
Da sage ich,
Mate, you've got
geiles
Slacks and
Jersey.
Sin
Also,
on M80. Look what they're
brutaler Job.
achieving. Look at how well they're doing at the Tier 1 atmosphere.
Ja,
What
noch
they're
nie
doing
so
for
schlecht
North
eigentlich von dem
American
Thema
Counter-Strike.
abgelenkt,
Slacks was
aber
never
es
even given
ist
a
halt
chance
Facts,
on Big, and
wirklich.
Sin was and got dropped. It's the other German players on the non-number 1 German roster that is bringing towards the top end of Counter-Strike right now. Story aggressively out from the brown halls, waiting to see if Process is going to clear on the left side of the smoke. Now, Story doesn't really get punished for missing that shot, but Crazy does fall to JDC.
Trades are still good for Aragorn, though. Hype going down, tabs on the Mutrix, go blow for blow. JDC gets the man advantage back with his second kill of the round. Story and Agil, both caught out of position here, not on either bomb site, although Agil's going to start to set himself up on A, and actually does get backed up by the AWP. Got to be wary of all the entry points. They'd be very exposed here on the A site. The smoke out towards this main entrance means that Agil will check Ivy, see nothing there. The attack will be uncontested out of T-Con. He'll try peek in. The Orber's watching. For the time being, now seen there, does get damaged up against Crimbo, so HP is low, but it's still a man advantage, and still need to change that.
Agil's doing a good job of time stalling, and this AWP, if it goes down, it's going to be disaster for the round. And now JDC falls. AWP's been seen. This round is completely recoverable. Process is now the last one left.
I didn't think Story could hit that wallbang, but apparently he could. 30 seconds, bombs on the man's back, but being flanked by Agil. Process so focused on that main entrance of the AWPs. Revealed himself as Agil popped out. Perfect timing for the man. Oh, a little bit of frustration there from Process, slamming his fist on the desk.
Nur gespielt, gut. Also gute CT-FT ist ja ganz ehrlich. T war gar nichts von keinem.
At the end of Nuke, right? Not grouping and keeping stuff simple. Bro, they've got like a triple entry out A. Why are they not just packing and running out to clear the bomb side? Why have they traded everyone on A and they're still in Pop Dog? They're still in T-Con. Why are they not out on the bomb site clearing space? I don't know, man. The style of CS that Big have brought on this T sides has just been ridiculous, to say the least.
Problems continue. As Big missed the bomb plant bonus, therefore they can only bring in one Galil at best, and Tech9's the Eagles across the rest of the board. Struggles are not set.
Okay, Freunde.
It's gone quiet as we approach the minute marker. Aragorn ready to receive the 3 in Pop Dog. Counter incendiaries are good from his teammates, just to ensure that time is stalled out for appropriately.
Ja, Mann, Wannabe, genau das. Der Dweek hat gar keinen Bock eigentlich auf diesen Talk ganze Zeit. Der wirkt schon zum 20. Mal den Big Hate ab.
Averaging just a .95 rating. Think he's not adjusted very well to this level of competition, but in fairness, he'd only played on, what, Rhino for the win, GTZ Bulls. You're not playing at a high level. But right now, he knows that we have got Big exactly where we want them.
Was fliegt denn da? Was ist das
saying
denn?
earlier about those 2 new additions to the Source side and how they haven't exactly been the best teams in the world.
Bullshot.
Story and Crazy to maintain their kills all the same this half by not going all that effectively for Big. No casualties except for Aragon being taken. Just the 2 picks, nothing that will damage the economy given the state of things for Saw at the moment. The streak will continue. But just to go back to what I was saying a moment ago, you mentioned obviously the teams that they came back from. It has been at least slow progression as time has gone on, and Aragon did have 1 stand-in tenure for a small amount of time for Saw back in 2023. But for the most part, you're right. It has been a very, very low level of competition for him and for Crazy at the exact same time. Again, Rhino probably being the most notable of them, and they weren't exactly the best team in the tier 2 space. Tactical pause now for Big because they are down by 0 and 6, and they are basically almost set to lose the half itself. So where do you find that inspiration now?
Well, I'm now starting to get flashbacks of, is Big becoming the new EG? Think about how much memed on EG was from where they were to where they fell. Is that not a similar parallel for Big?
Oh, wieder was gefunden, ja.
They're not that evil though, are they? You know?
No, that's fair. But in terms of the trajectory of the team, it looks very similar. Results, where they were, where they are now, the belief in series.
I did say earlier that they are slipping down the rankings month on month. We are looking for some good results out of Bing, and relatively soon at that. Orpa Story. Flashbang doesn't even catch him. Kill found a tap.
Aber das ist doch... Also genau diese Pose musst du blind werden. Also das ist doch dann hittet doch die Flash nicht, oder? Also wird in der AWP wird ja da nicht Open Field Chili Mini stehen.
Trying to get that AWP to focus fire on somebody here. Meanwhile, Crimbo clears out the brown holes by taking Aragon back, but it's still a man advantage for Saw with 60 seconds of the clock.
JDC is scaling as kind of the only player that could make something happen. Everyone's separated. Muteris is aggressive out towards Pop. Crimbo does win a duel to bring it back to a 3v3. So for the first time in a very long time, you can see a vision. You can see a world in which Big can get a bomb down on A.
Es wird nicht gecastet, es wird nur, egal was passiert, es wird irgendwie in einen unseriösen Kontext gebracht. Egal was passiert, selbst wenn Crimbo 5 One-Shot mit der D gegeben würde, wird er einen dummen Spruch dazu geben.
Finally, Big is going to get together about the Deagle hat.
Wird er dann so eine Scheiße wird er sagen, anstatt einfach feiern und einfach gönnen.
M4 on the way from main, the AK creeping in the backlines. Crimbo's ready for it though. Aegon may be peeking into his demise. The timing's awful. Oh, that sucks for Crimbo. JDC now 7 seconds on the clock.
Der Tweak probiert ganze Zeit seinen Cast zu machen.
Oh, that is just
der gibt sich dick Mühe. Der lässt sich auch nicht auf diesen ganzen Scheiß-Talk ein und probiert einfach sein Ding runter zu dribbeln.
Well, he knows that they're playing like pods. What in that 2v2 is even going on? Why is JDC slow playing it? Why have they not rushed out to the bomb site to tap the bomb? Draw a fight out towards the open, catch a rotation. I don't know why it's so slow. There's been so many rounds where all they need to do is pack and group and accelerate. And yeah, you can sit here and say that there's an unfortunate timing. Where's Crimbo meant to be holding? The bomb's going down with 15 seconds on the clock, and he's got to watch camera, Pop Dog, and what? Everywhere around him. It just seems ridiculous at the moment.
Crimbo.
Es kommt, Jungs. Langsam jetzt Runde für Runde zurück.
A plant from height is exposed towards Zed with a missed smoke, also one that went deeper than the Zed connector, I should say. Maybe a little bit late at that 2v2. Bomb plant can still be secured down a default. But a Galil only to defend it. Tabson backed up, trying to get towards heaven for the time being. Incendiary going to try and drive Process out into the open. Won't be successful. He's out the edge of the orange train. Seen and sprayed. There goes the kill. Story's down. Crazy's all that's left. Yes, that one trade. But where's the last man? Tabson's remain hidden. Unknown entity up until this point. He's got no util and a P250 to defend that bomb. However, smoke will go down towards it. Crazy going to try and force that man out. Now being seen. Jump face. Damage being done on the defuse. He taps it once. Tabs not going to go up the ghost here. 5 seconds. And his time stalling has worked.
Sauber, Junge. Schön.
doesn't even get away with a kill on that
Oh,
one.
schwer.
Captain,
Weißt du,
the
es
captain
sind so
armed with
schwere
only a
Maps, so schwere
pistol,
Matches,
brings
dass
around in for Big.
man sich
Well,
nicht
the
mehr
only
für Runden geil
reason
freuen
that
kann und
Tabson
so,
has won
man.
that
Wo es so
clutch is
wichtig
because
ist.
that smoke has missed. If that smoke goes down onto the bomb, you've got so
Wieder
many
was
options,
gefunden,
don't
ja.
you? You can stick the whole thing, you can tap, you can draw the five.
Roxas, danke dir für den
So
Prime.
it's Sword's mistake that gives up their very first round. For Big, you've got to take any round as it comes. When you're struggling as much as you are on T
Ja,
side,
bei
you'll
den
take that
einen
one.
gegen uns ist Timing in
Sword, though,
Ordnung.
they have
Ja,
got to recognize that they are all over them. They are going to 13-1 this map. I just I don't know what's happening.
Das ist ein Typ, ey, wow.
Wouldn't it be great if Big got the second round and managed you put egg on your face?
Nice, Junge.
Oh, Crimbo stuck on A kills, so there's a start. They're going to go fast on the back of that as well.
Nice,
Still
Junge.
close range and pressured, and he does go down. Prosen follows up on Aragorn and doubles up on Crazy. So there go your 13-1 dreams. The second reward of Big.
Well, you just have a couple of missed shots, don't you? And Crimbo does well to capitalize on that first player out from the ramp. And the AWPer, as soon as you put the incendiary nose, I just need to be
Und
stalling
wieder.
for time and getting an impactful frag. And instead,
Und
you
wieder.
get one, or you're not even getting one, you're being
Ja.
forced back.
Und
So
wieder.
it's an easy kill. It's an easy couple of entries out there. And Saw are going to have to lock in a little bit. There's a good double entry coming through from Crimbo. And nice to see that even when times are tough, we can still see good individual ability.
Yeah, best round we've seen from Big,
Ah, Freunde, ey.
very least in this map up. Tactical pause coming in from Saw as well. Their first one of train. Big gonna get things going for their T half of things. If they can make a decent T side out of it, then it's not impossible that they could do what
Also sag ganz ehrlich, ich kann wirklich nur noch darüber grinsen. So dumm es klingt.
Side. And then maintain that all the way until the very end. And it was a sort of tactical, a small moment of technical respite. It'll be the first opportunity that Big will have to return this situation around, to find some more confidence, find some more decency, find a little bit more in regards of the map bases they had to play from, because they have had little to play from thus far.
Und erstmal
Very
Technik getimmert.
difficult for Tabson to just
Einfach mal die Schnauze halten. Also wirklich, da muss man auch einfach mal, da kann man auch einfach mal ganz kurz die Ruhe genießen. Und einfach den Moment genießen. Und einfach sich nicht jetzt wieder das Zeug anhören. Muss ja dann auch nicht sein. Wow, Mann. Eieieiei. Ich schwöre bei allem, was mir heilig ist, selbst in meiner, und ey, selbst in meiner Sanpaios-Rant-Phase habe ich wenigstens dafür gesorgt, dass Leute ein bisschen grinsen können. Ja, das ist wenigstens ein bisschen humoristisch und nicht nur ekelhaft, giftig, von oben herab runtergetreten, ekelig rein. Wow, das ist schon stark, ey, wow. Da bin ich selber, da bin ich schon fast verblüfft, was es da, dass das möglich ist, dass man das einfach, dass man selber Spaß daran hat. Dass man selber Spaß daran hat, nur negativ zu casten. Macht doch selber auch nicht so viel Bock. Krass, Mann. So, erstmal. Das ist ein guter Call, Harim. Sag ich dir, wie es ist, Alter. Da werde ich erstmal noch einen guten Schluck nehmen. Ja, guck mal, da kann ich sogar auch aus Erfahrung sprechen. Also vor 6, 7 Jahren klangen die Streams bei mir auch noch anders hier im Channel. Da war ich auch mehr, da war ich nur ekelhaft, nur giftig. Auch wenn Leute darüber sogar lachen konnten. Aber da war ich halt mit mir selber sehr unzufrieden. Das rührte eher aus meiner eigenen Form und Verfassung. Aber der Typ, Mann, das ist ja auch irgendwie, eigentlich ist dein Job doch ein bisschen professionell zu sein. Eigentlich ist doch gar nicht so verkehrt, so ein bisschen, auch nicht so arschig zu den ganzen Teams und so zu sein. Macht doch gar keinen Bock. Ich wusste, würde mir gar keinen Spaß machen. Mal so ein paar billige Jokes. Okay, I got it. 1, 2, 3. So, oh mein Gott, wie kann Big das verhauen? Das ist so und so und so. Da hat jemand gegen sich selber gewettet. Hehehehe. Ja, hehehehe. Apropos Wetten, geht doch auf. Hehehehe. So, kannst du noch kurz noch einen geilen Call to Action machen, sei ein bisschen skilled und ich gebe dir Props. Guck mal, sogar John fand den okay. So. Aber ganze Zeit nur so auf ekelhaft. Naja, schade. Juan Solo, du Maschine. Danke dir für das Küsschen aufs Nüsschen. Danke dir für deinen Prime-Support. Vielen Dank für 14 Monate. Liebe geht raus an dich und auch Equality. Danke dir für 18 Monate. Danke dir für deinen Sub-Support. Schön, dass du am Start bist, Mann. Ganz viel Liebe.
I know that BTN is still calling at 36, but around that sort of age, when you've been calling for such a long time, you think that there's not that many more seasons left in him. And I would hope that when that day finally comes, that he can leave on a high, because I think everything that he's achieved with Saw again, the accolades are there.
Okay, es geht gerade um Saw. Er tritt gerade in Saw rein. Er kann sich auch nicht, also er muss ja gegen beide Teams, ne? Das muss man auch sagen. Er hat ja nicht nur was gegen Big, also er tritt ja auf beide Teams durchgehend. Fassmaster, danke dir auch für deinen Sub-Support. Vielen Dank für die Unterstützung. Fabi, ich hab eine Frage. Na, okay, es geht weiter. Sorry, dann keine Zeit. So, Freunde, Werbung perfekt. Getankt, ihr habt nichts verpasst. Danke für euren Support. Weiter geht's. 3 Runden noch, auf geht's.
On and off. And both men looking for that storybook conclusion. Maybe not too soon though. Saw big into the B bomb site. They'll go once again. 2 players. The pop dog.
Da war ja auch schön.
Stories AWP is one of them. Aragon's going to pick it right back up. 5 on 4 with that one pitch just being found. Process took some damage.
Sorry, ich dachte, ich mache lieber einen Smoke-Sound nach, dass ihr nicht so viel vom Cast hören müsst. Hab da ein bisschen eigentlich an euch gedacht. So, aber ja, Roschmann.
Very strange round there from Big. Rather than just executing getting the bomb down straight away, they leave the bomb in heaven. And it's as if they're waiting to cut rotations. JDC's holding on the back line.
Egal wie wir es machen, es ist komisch. Ja, I know, ist wieder komisch. Jetzt holen wir sogar Runden, das ist sogar nicht in Ordnung.
I don't know, what is Big doing?
Egal was wir machen, es ist komisch. Wir können Major gewinnen, der wird auf uns pissen, wird sagen, so, das kann doch nicht sein, Alter. Ich habe jetzt die ganze Zeit gegen sie gewettet, jetzt gewinnen die Major. Was sollen wir noch machen? Lass uns doch 1, 2 Runden gewinnen, ohne dass du unsere Mutter bummst. 1, 2 Runden. Du kannst einfach auf Side laufen. Ja, wirklich. Es ist wirklich komisch, wie Big manchmal spielt. Warum rennt er nicht mal einfach auf den Spot mit dem Messer in der Hand und plantet direkt? Ist doch klar, wo man dann auch abdecken muss, wo die Gegner sind.
Don't imagine that they'll be investing that money in Hall into this round, though. Yeah, either way. Big.
Achtung, Achtung.
A little bit of a comeback arc here into the later portion of the first half.
Habe ich jetzt den Train damit getriggert, indem ich mich aufrege, oder was?
Best case will be 9 to 3, excuse me.
Wird dann einfach gedacht, ey, der Typ ist so laut am Rumschreien, da wird irgendwas passieren.
I risk kind of buy if it works though, then it could indeed set yourself up for that 9-3.
Achso, Musli, danke dir für den geilen Prime-Support. Danke dir für 6 Monate. Ganz viel Liebe geht raus an dich dafür.
Now, the slower the Big run this clock, the better the chances are of winning the round, only because they're baiting out a crazy amount of util, and the buy state is going to turn into a gamble. And that's what we're seeing here from Saw. So they're blocking with util towards A, and they're sending 3 players over towards B. And they've got the AWP and one of the FAMASas there.
Very little main contact established in the first minute. Till you back and forth to suppress angles of entry. One more just came down towards T-Con. The JDC is going to back away. That bomb's still outside of the A bomb site here, so 4-man unit of that Saw have set and ready to defend to the defensive of this particular bomb site.
Yeah.
He'll be well poised to receive. 1-man back of B won't be necessary. He'll be watching out that heaven angle as the 2 Brown Halls players rotate into Pop Dog and now begin their execution. Mutuus going for information hunting though. How much of this is misinformation? He's going to find Tabson soon enough.
He knows it's an A-site exec. There's a lot of players to defend. This is an easy kill against Tabson at least.
Nice, Junge.
Just been seeing the jump.
Schön, Junge.
Cannot capitalize upon that kill. Hype turns up the
Sauber.
AWP. SMG from range of Aragorn.
Aber 10 Sekunden, ne?
Done crazy call, one of the trade. 12 seconds. Can they get the bomb carrier? It's picked up. Crimbo applies himself to the casualty, and A-Gil is unknown right now.
Nice, Junge.
Challenges and wins it. And Big Mel at that time
Runde für Runde.
works well enough for their strategy.
So, was ist jetzt wieder falsch gelaufen? Erzähl mal.
Oh my goodness, that is still fundamentally a really poor round coming through from Big.
Ja, klar.
That should have been a freebie in from Euterist. That's an unlucky timing, isn't it? Because if at least Tabson goes down, everyone starts panicking. You start having
krass,
players
ne?
watching out for the flank. You start accelerating towards A. It's a completely different round. One kill made all the difference there. And unfortunately for Saw, when
Das
you're
ist doch,
forcing
also
up
das ist
heavily
doch schon...
in the last round, it means that the buy
Leute, bitte bei allem
round 12
Respekt, das
is
ist
gonna
doch
look
wirklich schon
horrendous.
krank, oder? Das muss doch, also das ist doch nicht mehr, bitte, das könnt mir doch nicht sagen, dass das noch normal ist, oder? Junge, das Tapsen, das checkt, ist doch völlig pro, dass er das auf dem Schirm hat, dass man sich da nicht mal off guard catchen lässt.
Work from a 4-8 deficit. 8-4 could be their best case now. JDC is looking for more number 5. He finds Aragorn to kick things off. Story just blind behind these smokes. Can only do so much. Mutrix gets a better angle and does catch JDC off guard. Tabson also taking damage. Hype's Orb Kind's crazy whilst blinded. So advantage maintained and regained by Big.
Not much action out towards B. A-Gil's not hearing any util. There's been no lurk down for the Brown Halls are out there from heaven. And what we've known from Big is almost all of these rounds have been slowed heavily. They've not liked to execute in the mid portion. They've liked to keep it very late.
Hat er nicht selber gesagt, dass es auch gut ist, dass wir so spielen?
Expecting a slight overextension just because of the lack of man advantage that the CTs have.
Alter, wie viel Pech kann man bitte mit dem Engel haben? Sauber, Matze.
Might cause the rethink the strategy of the bomb being up there in Brown Halls. Hype to call A-Gil. Extensions from Tabson will start.
Irgendwas muss das leider sowas. Es muss irgendwas tiefer sitzendes sein. Sauber, Matze, schön. Es muss irgendwas muss da sein. I don't know, Mann. Toke, mein Bester, danke dir für 4 geile Monate. Danke dir für den Prime Support und schön, dass du da bist.
Unless the bomb carrier gets dropped and then the other kill towards ramp gets caught, this is an uncomfortable clutch from Euterist.
Tabson falls.
Nice, Mann, der Bus. Mit Gewalt, auf geht's. Schön, Mann, wirklich. So. Jetzt wird es auf jeden Fall wieder ein Flame geben.
All things considered, from a scoreline point of view, I think you've got to be fairly happy. It is a good recovery there from Big. But if we're going to look at the rounds individually, that's not a good showing at all. That round 11 looked all over the place. Round 12 was nearly a 1v3 there for Euterist. It's been a difficult game, and I'll say it right now. This is the worst that I've ever casted Big. Like, looking at their individual performance, not just from a player standpoint, but how they're playing as a team, I've not seen it this bad before.
Jetzt mal Hand aufs Herz, jetzt auch ohne, also wirklich mal ohne Faxen, wer aus dem Team hat seine Freundin gefickt? Also wer von den Jungs hat bitte seine Freundin gefickt? Vor seinen Augen anscheinend. Jetzt mal Hand aufs Herz, es kann nichts anderes sein. Es muss wirklich dieses Ding, es muss das Ding sein. Also es geht ja, also wirklich, es geht ja wirklich nicht mehr anders. Wer war das? Das kann ja nicht sein. Welche Freundin? Ja, die aufblasbare im Schrank. Es kann ja nicht, also es muss ja das irgendwie sein. Egal was passiert, es wird weitergetreten und weiter und weiter. Und schlimmer, und schlimmer, und schlimmer. Hey, Lean-Meister, danke dir für dein Follow. Danke, dass du das mit uns zusammen erträgst. Leute, alle, die hier sind, ich schwöre, ich bin ungern durch Hass vereint, sage ich ganz ehrlich, das fühle ich gar nicht. Es mag ich gar nicht eigentlich, wenn Hass vereint, aber heute sind wir anscheinend nicht nur durch CS, sondern auch durch Hass vereint. Geil, dass ihr da seid, Mann. Danke für euren Support.
No acceleration here from Saw, whether it would be counteracting into B or rotating quickly down from Pop. They do hold on to the brakes. Hyped is undetected with his dualies. You've got Story that's taken all of the Pop control. A-Gil that's got a molly, so that can go out to the back of the bomb train. Got a lurk that can come out quite late.
Schöner Shot, Junge.
JDC. That's a real beamer against Story.
Warte, aber da kommt noch was, oder? Irgendwas kommt noch. Nur Great Shot akzeptierst du doch nicht. Komm, Junge. Lass es ruhig raus.
Great shot, but I don't like his bird.
Two to the good on the man advantage. Big. Waiting for Saw to offer up more casualties,
John war's
more
nicht.
opportunities.
Okay, Freunde, John ist es nicht. Krimbo auch nicht.
Oh,
schön.
Also known, JDC takes him.
Boom, Junge.
Big, very solid
Ja, wir machen einfach Ausschussverfahren. Also John safe nicht, Krimbo auch safe nicht. 3 left.
And you'd like to see at what point can Big actually get themselves in a leading position when the pressure then starts onto the Portuguese side, because
Rechte, mein Lieber, danke dir für 5 Geschenke. Wirklich, vielen Dank, dass du mich unterstützt. Ganz viel Liebe geht raus an dich und Rai Riser, danke dir für deinen Sub-Support. Ich danke euch für den Support, Mann. Schön, dass ihr hier seid.
Can perform and was very strong out on map number 1, just instantly responds with good impact when it comes to the second half.
Stock B. Okay.
All important pistol for Big to maintain their position. JDC trying to get his teammates hyped up in the comms. They'll need as much of a hype man as they can get at this moment.
Oh Mann,
Because yes, they have managed to set themselves on for
ich mag
a good opening in the second half, but
postapokalyptischen Vibes hier.
Map pick over the finish line. They've also got to deal with Saw on the third.
Surprised that they're not at boot camp.
Stranger Things, neue Staffel,
We've seen
Musik.
Big at their headquarters before. For such an important tournament like it is in Thunderpick, which could potentially put yourself in a position to edge yourself on to qualify to the major, for me, I would have expected this entire lineup to be at boot camp over the next few days.
Bootcamp war, ne? Haben wir schon gemacht, wenn es okay ist für ihn. FBN, danke dir übrigens für deinen Prime. Danke dir für den Support. Und schön, dass du hier am Start bist, Mann. Nichtsdestotrotz.
Can you imagine that? Yeah, no, I can't have it. Someone else is there. The Paravision had it.
Wie im Zimmer deiner
Look how much better. Yeah, but that's just an excuse. Doesn't matter if it's booked. You just go to another boot camp facility.
Either way, it's the reality is that they don't have them on boot camp, so they have to deal with that. Big.
Warum darf Saw eigentlich zu Hause spielen und wir müssen ins Bootcamp? Mal so eine kleine Frage am Rande. Warum darf Saw zu Hause spielen, aber wir müssen ins Bootcamp?
Let's see what they've got to bring to this T side now. Big pistol conversion. And rather swimmingly, and now comes the test of the Portuguese side.
Well, for Muteris, this is going to be calling a T side on a map that you're not very comfortable on against a team that's a bit quirky, a bit difficult to deal with. But finding the right style, finding the right sense of pacing. We saw Big being incredibly slow out on their T sides. You'd expect Saw to be a little bit more aggressive at times. Rimbo going aggressive out towards the brown horse towards ramp to the start of the round, but falling off and playing defensively after.
There should be a damage done to tabs and only a small amount.
Oh, Electronics, danke dir. Danke dir für deinen Sub-Support, mein Lieber.
Chipping away at that HP bar, small
ich bin so...
start for the
irgendwie bin ich amused, komischerweise.
Initially we'll push forward in towards T-Con and now watch Pop Dog.
Ja, der Tweak ist super, Mann. Der probiert ganze Zeit gegen schon zu kämpfen. Der geht doch nicht mehr drauf ein, der könnte ja ganze Zeit auch fuelen, aber der redet einfach, der macht einfach seinen Job.
Perfect timing when it seems to be an asymmetric split. You block Aragon and Agil.
They have to try and halt up. They need the T-side line to pull distraction to get these pop players through.
JDC will land Aragon. Covering start again for Big. Flash forward for Tabs and the check.
Bisschen gelagt.
Fully blinded by JDC.
Schönes Gesicht, aber von Matze von Seite.
Can deal with him all the same. Down to 2 men is Saw. Big.
Nice, Junge.
Light work some of these fights. You mentioned that sometimes.
Nice, Junge.
On individual basis.
So, was war jetzt wieder schlecht? Wartet mal ab. Moment.
Yeah, not much inspiration now for the Portuguese team.
Well, I'll put it this way. If you're OG or M80 on the other side of the bracket, you're looking at your lips at this matchup, aren't you? You've got OG that's a real contender at the top end of Tier 2. They threaten tournaments, they threaten LAN qualifications, and you've got M80 that pretty consistently play at a Tier 1 level. They smoke everyone in North America. And even recently, they've taken some good scalps in Tier 1.
Absolut richtig,
I don't
das
think
stimmt.
Saw or Big have any sort of chance in that next round. I think they're going to get absolutely slapped when it comes to the quarterfinals.
Ja, so wie das hier in 13-1 wurde, ne? Carlos Santana Jr.
Unfortunately, I have to agree. Yeah, very little good to say about both of these teams. Tacticals called in again by Saw. Now, what can they produce?
Also, danke dir
with
für dein
it?
Follow.
Half
Schön, dass
life
du hier
er
in this
bist.
round, rifles in the next.
We'll still need to make this round expensive, and they need to end the streak. So I would even say you need to threaten a round steal. This has gone from 7-0 to 7-8 very quickly. Big felt that they're in a position now where map 3 is certainly calling. tabseN aggressively out from the E-box sideline.
Castet?
Seeing nothing on the run out from
Seit
Team They know
wann?
that it's a passive start to the round.
Hä? Das ist die erste Runde, wo der redet, wo er castet.
Oh, initial shot from Hype got close, but didn't quite land and tucked into the heart
Du
of
hast mich
cover.
off-guard gecatcht, sorry.
One player going to get out towards Source Hell.
Das hab ich einfach off-guard gecatcht. Ich schwöre, es war die erste
Now
Runde.
being seen by Crazy, really isn't in a position to get it out of the position he's in. He does get
Schwere
both
Runde.
those
Das
headshots
kann-
there, so actually
Ja, bitte nicht
rather
den Cross
decent
geben,
damage, all
danke.
things considered. We really need Mutrus' support though, so our bomb needs to be protected. He's grabbed an AK and he's pushed himself away from Crimbo.
Crazy needs to distract to get this lurk out from Uterus. He needs to get a really good timing from the back of the red train, because there's not much breathing room against the likes of tabseN. Against Process, there's a chance, but he's already been seen.
Nice, man. Schön Project gemacht.
Mutrus got
Groß.
with his back
So
turned.
hat Jaro schon Free
Crazy now
bekommen.
needs an ace to hold this round for Saw, and at 39 HP, it's just not going to happen, is it? 40 seconds, and he will stay hidden. Being wary that you might have gone for a big
Nice.
Process about to
Sauber
score, that's not
Bus,
the case.
Junge.
He'll get the kill in. Easy pickings. Easy enough. Big will now face the rifles one more time from Saw. If there was something part of that tactical that was going to provide them the necessary breathing room to get back into the matchup, it would be brought out here in this next round.
You wonder if maybe Crazy or Aragon are a little bit nervous after what's happened to SHR. Now, SHR used to be a part of this team, and then he got benched to make room for the international players. He moved over to Imperial, played there for a few months with the Tier 1 players, and now he's just been benched. I mean, could we see a return from him? If you are the new guys that are on this lineup, you need to make a statement in these next few officials, these next few tournaments, that you deserve a spot on the team.
And with SHR coming from a similar background of these two players as well, the likes of GTZ and Offset,
Yes, get
those
right down.
lower level Portuguese sides. Might want to have a think about that in the back of your head. JDC and tabseN more forefront in their thoughts overall. The Orcs and the AKs picking apart several players.
Komm, egal was hier ist, einfach runterholen.
By the end, and when the dust has settled, up to him to clutch bombs at least on his back. He's got one of the three.
Individual impact straight away. Bit quicker in the rounds, a little bit more pace coming out of Pop. Just struggling with the entries. Multi-frag up from the in-game leader. AWP stalling for a lot of time. And these T sides have just... So, Story's done well to force it into a 1v1, but I mean, how do you win this? It's just the low HP is such a concern.
You basically need the perfect tap to the head at the right moment.
And you've got to hope that Crimbo rotates B. Because if he stays anywhere towards A, you've got no chance.
Well, he's checking out T-Con, and the question is, does he extend out there? Or hell, maybe the Story charging from CT to go towards B. You have to run if he wants to do that, so I don't think it's the best of options in the world to give that information back. You just have no idea where Crimbo's holding from. He will find access to the bomb site and plant the bomb. Does Crimbo have an angle from here? I don't know if he does.
Nice, Junge.
Either way, he's going to see him after the bomb plant comes in.
Wichtig, ey. Einfach wichtig, damit die Runden geclosed werden hier.
Ja,
ganz klares 13-1, ohne mit der Wimper zu zucken. Wir sind fast durch mit dem 13-1, danke.
10 up to the board of the CT side, and Saw yet to strike since they got their 7-0 starts. So as a matter of fact, it's 10 rounds in a row for Big.
Well, that just tells you how poor the CS has been from both teams. That one organization can go 7-0 and then another team can go 10-0. If it was stronger squads, you'd have a competitive game, wouldn't you? You'd have resets, you'd have gun rounds being converted. you would not have.
Junge, der Typ hat gar keinen Bock auf das Match.
This has been a shocking best of 3, all things considered.
Der Typ hat gar keinen Bock einfach.
Started off really nicely and maybe they got ahead of themselves. Maybe thought the game was
der
wrapped
Typ
up
hat ja
easily,
gar keinen Bock.
and they've been humbled.
Der hat ja einfach keinen Bock. Also wirklich, alle Leute, die dachten, sie haben heute einen scheiß Tag, ihr merkt es, da gibt es wirklich jemanden, der einfach anscheinend einen noch beschisseneren Tag hat. Ja.
Holding a chance left in this best of 3 on their own map pick. Opportunities abound and opening for them.
Ja, können wir auch ein bisschen vom
Can
Spiel
they
kriegen.
maintain it all the way through towards a series victory itself? I mean, at this point, I am considering this map to be over.
Ja.
It takes some royal choking in order for them to concede now to the Source side.
Der Tweak ist gut, Mann.
Good timing on that re-smoke. Bigger in a position where I think quite a few of these rounds, Saw have had to adapt in the mid-round just when they get ready for an exec. They've got to pressure elsewhere because they're getting re-smoked, they're getting re-mollied. So Tabson's getting a good read on how Muterus is putting his pieces in place. Whether they can A, fake and go towards B. We've not seen many B hits from Saw in this second half.
Also ich sag ganz ehrlich, ich freue mich auf die dritte Map, sauber. Aber ich freue mich jetzt noch mehr, weil ich weiß, dass Eternal J so 0,00000 Bock hat auf die letzte hier. Oh, macht das Bock, Alter. Auf geht's, Jungs. Hashtag für Eternal J. Richtig. Nice, Junge. 3 wichtige Brötchen. Postet mal den Jarl Roche bitte im Chat. Wir müssen das Jarl Roche Emote ein bisschen spreaden, wenn der Jarl zum Einsatz kommt.
I just don't even know what to think of this map.
Ja, beide Teams sind scheiße. Beide Teams müssen sich disbanden, müssen vollgepisst werden von der Community. Wir wissen, was du darüber denkst, Eternal. Alles gut. Das ist ein Scheiß-Match. Das sind 2 Noob-Teams mit absoluten 10 Scheiß-Naps auf dem Server, noch 2 Naps im Hintergrund mit Stuff. Wir wissen es doch. Alles easy. Chill, Bruder. Die haben beide nicht verdient, überhaupt ein Event zu spielen. Warum werden die überhaupt eingeladen? Eternal, wer war das? Wer macht denn so eine Scheiße, Bruder? Wer macht denn das? Wir wissen doch, was du denkst. Ist doch easy.
We're trying to figure out a way to make these T-signs more lively to get something more out of this map. Their opposition's pick, yes.
Well, it makes me wonder what they've been doing in the break that they've had.
Yeah.
Picking their feet up and having a beer.
Die spielen mit ihrer eigenen Scheiße.
No, 7-0 up on the city side of train, and yet you've not even come close to winning a round since.
I know we've been taken on a roller coaster for the first portion of the Thunderpick World Championship close qualifier. We had an epic confrontation to start off the day, and then this series.
Two teams, one cup, yeah. That's what we're watching. Oh, Mama mia. Ja, der Hate ist jetzt bei Saw, ist doch klar, weil Big ist jetzt am Führen. Oh, jetzt geht's vielleicht gleich gegen Tapsen.
Aragorn goes straight towards an early take towards the outside process, and Aragorn continue to go back and forth. They lose hyped and Tapsen.
Schöner Shot, John. Mit dem Gesicht von Matze.
Next to the backlines over at Old Hell. And Process playing from beyond this smoke, trying to find a lucky shot, a good kill, and Aragorn, who has been tagged up so heavily, he'll tag up crazy instead. The bomb carrier on 23 points of health. The Process pulling attention away from JDC. They might suspect it to be back here. Though Aragorn indeed going to check it.
No.
Not quite land the kill shot though. 2 points of health.
Sauber,
Go
Bus.
down. Process deals with crazy. And Agil in a 1-on-3.
Nice, Junge!
He got not much left to speak of here. Big.
So, jetzt kommt Eternal J wieder.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about this. Most teams are like the dogs, just dogs.
Is there on map point?
I'm not even really sure why the swing from Olaf is coming in. They know that JDC
Klar.
is on the back of the bomb train because of where the smoke goes down. They're packed in a 4v3 and they're very heavy outside of pop and towards
Genau, wo sollte John auch sonst sein? Der Single-Box gemollert wurde und dann sich selbst gesmoked hat. Natürlich ist er eine Sekunde später da, das weiß doch jeder Spieler. Keine Ahnung, warum Saw das nicht auf dem Schirm hat. Das ist übertriebene Naps. Übertrieben schlechte Rotation halt und auch gar nicht auf dem Schirm.
Could be 13 rounds in a row and well, I can't remember the last time I saw that.
No, neither can I.
Ey, Onkel, bist du besoffen? Wer ist wer?
Big.
Das
Two
ist...
easy pickings against Aragorn and A-Kill. Process and Crimbo. On that B defense.
Wer ist da wer jetzt?
The entryway is the bomb. Reconsider its position in brown halls and try and see if they can find this three-prong split into the A bomb side. But as Crazy goes down towards Ivy, Soul's chances just look minimal. They look minimal from the outset and they look minimal here and now. The story to clutch a 1v5 and
Ne, warte mal. Ihr habt recht.
extend this map up. I mean, yeah,
Ihr habt recht.
13-7, 13 in a row for Big. They take us to Inferno.
All I can do is just apologize to the viewers. I mean, what a rubbish series this has been. A 10-4 on map 1 that's not being
recht.
converted into a
Ihr
win.
habt recht.
And then a 7-0 where you can't even win another
Oder?
round after that. It's been one of these games that you see every blue
Ihr habt
moon
recht, oder?
that is playing out, but there's no enjoyment, there's no entertainment, there's nothing to big up, there's no positives to really bring from either map 1 or map 2 for me.